to welcome you from this beautiful cabin. I finally got my hands on Audi e-tron. This is all electric Audi. Now that we're in the cabin, let's take a look at you, shall we? As you would expect from Audi, the design is very clean and cluttered, very German. I like it. The quality of the materials and the finishing is superb. It gives us 2 touch screens here. The system takes a while to get used to, but once you do, you will really enjoy it. The seats are lush and soft, very luxurious, perfect seats for long distance cruising, which is what this car is really good for. But let's get this party on the road and see what else the e-tron has got to offer. Okay, let's hop in straight into numbers. So we've got 408 horsepower, 360 kilowatts, the torque of 664 newton meters. This is actually a pretty quick SUV because 0 to 100 is only 5.7 seconds. The maximum speed is 200 kilometers an hour. Okay, so now that we're on numbers, what is the range? So Audi declares 417 kilometers if you're cruising on the motorway. Well, wouldn't that be lovely? But it's a big fat lie. You can put this lovely bedtime story to bed very quickly, because I'm not sure in which world you can get 417 kilometers. Definitely not in the world of Anna, where you have a heavy right foot. But even if you drive like a civilized person, I mean really civilized, I've tried, 360 kilometers probably is what you're gonna get. Interesting enough, last night I've charged this car at home. You can do that from a regular socket. It takes all night, but you know, if you're lazy and you don't want to go to a charging station, by all means do that. So as soon as I hopped into the car, the system is showing me what is available, and that was about 340 kilometers. So it leads me to believe that from home you're not going to get the full battery charge, and probably it pays off to, you know, get your lazy bum to the charging station. But anyway, as I drove about 15 kilometers, the system was already showing me 280 kilometers available. So that's Audi's math. Interesting. I suppose I should just trust it because I'm blonde after all. But anyway, even if you're gonna get, you know, 340 kilometers, it is still a very, very good result. Alright, and what is the situation in the back of the e-tron? Well, I've adjusted both of these seats for my height, which is 1.7, 5.6, and I've got plenty of legroom, very good headroom. Overall, there's just a lot of space in here. It is definitely a car I wouldn't mind traveling sitting right here. I gotta give it to Audi. The one thing they really nailed with this car is the ride quality. It's out of this world. It is superb. It is soft. It is lush. This car absorbs all of the bumps and imperfections. You essentially don't feel anything. As if you're traveling in a big, fluffy, luxurious spa. It is quiet, relaxing. It feels so expensive actually, but is it? Well, the starting price of this car in Switzerland is 92,000 Swiss francs, which is more or less an equivalent to the US dollar. Now, what's interesting, because in Europe, you see, us poor peasants here, we do enjoy paying a little bit more for our cars than our friends in America, because in America, this car starts from only 75,000. Now, my model today, it's got some bits and pieces added, and it is worth a whopping 115,000. Is it worth it? Well, it's actually a competitive price today. Let's take a look at the boot space. Plenty of space to carry all your clutter, easy access, and that's enough about the boot. But what happens when you decide to put your foot down in this car? Can you have a little bit of fun? Oh, you certainly can, because the acceleration is superb. Oh God almighty, that was a little bit excessive. My items are falling down. The acceleration is superb. What isn't very superb, well, not very sporty, is the steering, because it's quite soft and not very precise. It suits the character of this car perfectly, and I'm being a little bit, you know, unfair by wanting to feel some sportiness in it. No. What else is happening when you hop on a road like this? I'm a nutter, so I take the car like this on a curvy road. it's not its place, it's not its cup of tea, because you definitely feel the enormous weight of this car, which is over 2.5 tons. That's right, it's a lot to push. We've of course got the Quattro to help, but it helps in the winter time, it helps in the rainy weather, but on the dry surface, once you start to slip because you are a little bit too confident, like myself today, well, you're on your own, mate, because there's nothing you can do to stop this car. It's just something to be aware of, that you are in fact traveling with a large animal. It's a very luxurious and posh animal, but it's big. Anyway, let's clean up, put that bag back on the seat where it belongs, and stop all these crazy bonanza I'm doing on the road. Okay, so you've probably noticed I'm having those funky mirrors. Yes, those mirrors that everybody's complaining on the internet about, by saying it's one of the greatest technology failures ever. What do you think I'm going to say? I'm going to say that Audi's wonderful and those mirrors are wonderful and everybody's wrong? Not quite. Sorry, Audi, they're not so great. Well, let me put it this way. It's something that goes against your instincts. I remember when I was bungee jumping. I've only done it once. I was all brave, saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna get it. It's good. And all of a sudden, when they put my legs together and they told me to step on the edge, I told the guy, why don't you knock yourself on the head? Well, that's crazy, it's nuts. Why people do this? And they pay for it. It's balmy. And that's how I feel with these mirrors. They are perhaps a good thing for drivers who have just started to drive, because you don't have those habits, you don't have those instincts that you have developed for years looking in the mirror. Here, it's also a little bit of a hit and miss, because, for example, in Switzerland there's a lot of tunnels, and the picture somehow gets lost in the tunnel from time to time. It's just not that great, but anyway, let's not complain, it's fine. So let's wrap things up. What are my thoughts on the new e-tron? Well, let me tell you this. If you're a fan of fire and you love the feisty kind of cars like I do, this is definitely not the car for you. But if you're looking for a big, practical, luxurious, large family SUV with beautiful cabin, great infotainment system, then look no further. This car is perfect for you. I think, in fact, big SUVs, it's probably one of the top cars in terms of comfort. I say, for example, the I-Pace is the best in terms of driving dynamics, and this one in terms of comfort. So it just really depends what you're looking for, because when you're looking for a specific, if it's comfort is your priority, then definitely go for the e-tron. And I like the fact that Audi has proven that yes, going electric doesn't mean going rubbish, because it's really a beautiful, fantastic quality of a car, and I really have enjoyed it. Of course, I am still missing that R8, but that's just a different story. Let's leave it for another day, shall we? I'd like to thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. A big thank you to Catherine and Dieter from Audi Switzerland for lending me this car. As always, I look forward to your comments and your questions. I wish you a wonderful day, whatever that you're doing, and I shall see you all very, very soon. Bye!